Hey guys, so we're gonna get straight on to the point with the Florida Panthers. As I do apologize for yet another late uploads. I don't know why it keeps happening, but in my honest defense, I was out all day long doing some things that I regret. So, for this game, it's not a regret to watch this game. It's the Florida Panthers in a man-to-knee matchup against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Our first game on the road trip that's in the East. On the road, it is a 1 o'clock game on NHL Network. And with this game, we have won this game 5-2. So, pretty impressive score. I thought it was a pretty impressive score. Because of the fact that we have a backup goalie who doesn't often really win us games, but when he does, it's extra special because Bobrovsky's time off the ice is a little bit more worth it. Anthony Stollart's going up against Jet Greaves, and my iPad always freaking does this. So it's Stollart's going up against Jet Greaves. And we shall get started. And of course, my iPad just likes to be a pain in the neck. There we go. So we're gonna start with the first period. As in the first period, it is the Columbus winning the face-off. And remember, the last time we faced Columbus, they actually did give us a pretty tough time containing a lead. So, and we ended up winning that game in overtime on November the 6th. So that was about a month ago. That was just about over a month ago. We won that game 5-4. And it's the same score, 5-2 this time. So we start with the Columbus winning the faceoff. Florida wasting no time putting under pressure. And we will have a goal just a minute in. It is a snapshot assisted by Barkov and Reinhardt. It's Gustav Forsling with a snapshot. Have an open lane towards the middle, and then he snaps it in. So good goal by Forsling to start off. 1-0 Florida. So there were some shots there. Jet Greaves making some shots from Mikola. Nick Cousins missing to the wide and right. And there would be another goal a little bit later on with now Columbus putting on the pressure. And after the hit on Bennett, there was a goal assisted by Kirill Marchenko and Eric Gudbranson. Both of them have their 8 assists of the year. It's Yarker Chinakov. There we go, Chinakov. That's his 6th goal of the season. That is also a snapshot, and Columbus would tie the game up. So where have we seen this before when they were making a comeback? So, brand new hockey game, right? Well, not really, because 22 seconds after that, there would be a goal, and it's a deflected goal. Carter Verhaeghe off the deflection, assisted by Reinhardt and Forsling. Forsling gets a goal, and he gets an assist. And Verhaeghe off the deflection puts it in, and the deflection came at the right time too. And very quickly, we go back up front, and we lead 2-1. We have a 1-goal lead once more. So for the rest of the period, it would be a shot. Rodriguez tries to shoot one. Tkachuk tries to get something in. An all-in-all battle. But in the end, Anthony Stolarz and Jet Greaves were making some stops in. They were making some stops in. So we're gonna move on to the third period. Really, at this point on, no penalties. Second period. No penalties. There was pressure between both teams, especially from Columbus and Florida. I thought Florida played a little bit better in the second period, but a lot of those came from saves. So I would break down every single thing, but in the end, I'll just keep saying saved by Anthony Stollartz, saved by Jet Greaves. And Jet Greaves really made some incredible saves that really could have gone a Panthers' way to coming up 3-1. But it was a clean second period. We're going to move on to the third period, actually. I know it's one of the quick things, But it's one of those periods where nothing happened. It's kind of one of those boring second periods. To tell you the truth, even when we were close to getting a 3-1 lead a couple times, I thought the second period was boring. I thought it was a really boring second period. There was some pushing and shoving near the ends, but or in the middle of the period, but nothing worth penalizing. So second period, it was kind of a little bit slow and boring. And this is around this time that the Miami Hurricanes would come up. Third period, we start off, and things were kind of getting a little bit personal. So Sam Bennett is called for roughing against Eric Gudbranson. Eric Gudbranson gets called for a roughing on Nick Cousins, and Nick Cousins boarding against Eric Gudbranson, and boarding call. I hardly hear those things anymore. I kind of don't know what that is. I don't know what boarding call is. Can somebody explain that to me? Because even though I watched hockey for many years, I hardly hear the word boarding call. So, could somebody please educate me, please? But in the end, it would be a 5-on-4 power play for Columbus. What do you call it? Columbus fans and Columbus staff was not happy. They were they were really pissed off about this call. They felt as though what was it, Cousins or Bennett should have been called for a double minor at least. They would have more time on the power play. And then they were like, why is Gudbranson getting a call? I think boarding, what happened was Nick Cousins trying to play the puck, and I guess Gudbranson got hit in the face area, and he was not tackled, but he was brought down by the wall. He got back up and he was beating up Nick Cousins, and Sam Bennett came in on his aid. I think he was hit to the board of the wall. I think that's what the boarding call is. If I'm wrong, let me know. But regardless, it would be a power play on Columbus. Penalty would be killed off. Adam Fantilli would be the only shot of that power play. He would be blocked by Ekblad, and wrist shot saved by Anthony Stolarz. So that would be the first power play of the game, and the first couple of penalties right away. We didn't have a single penalty until there was 3 to start the third period. Oh, and guess what? Another penalty on Florida. They just cannot stay off the box. They just can't. Aaron Ekblad gets called for a trip against Patrick Lane. Not Patrick Kane. Patrick Lane. And Columbus had some chances. Jarnikov tried to get his second goal of this game. He misses to the right. Dmitry Yorenkov completely flipped 180 order. Snapshot misses to the left. And there was definitely some shots in for Jarnikov. Again, Yorenkov tries to backhand, then misses to the left. Jarnikov tries a slash shot, misses to the left, or to the right, rather. And Jarnikov gets blocked by Barkov again. So penalty, we kill it off, and then this happened. This piece of shit. I named him. I kind of named him a little bit. Eric Gudbranson, right? He gets hit by Nick Cousins off the boarding. He had that grudge for the rest of the third period. 6 minutes after that, this piece of shit, and yes, Columbus fans, I am calling him a piece of shit. This piece of shit, not only he instigated, not only he was beating up Nick Cousins, not only he was viciously beating the crap out of him, and I'm talking one of those, like those wrestling wrestling promo type of thing where they bring someone on the ground. The guy was throwing haymakers like this. This guy is throwing haymakers at Nick Cousins' head as he was on the ground on the ice. He was. You saw it. We saw it. He was beating him viciously with no act of defense. Gudbranson is a piece of shit for that. He is. He's a piece of shit for that. So he gets, 5 penalties? He actually gets, he gets 4. So here's what ended up happening. Gudbranson gets called for instigating. Okay, so he's intentionally bringing down Nick Cousins. Then he was fighting, right? He is viciously beating the crap out of Nick Cousins. As he's doing it, instigating, he's still beating the shit out of him. The whole team came into that pile, beating the shit out of each other. And then Gudbranson not only gets a misconduct, but he gets a game misconduct. And the coach lets him do it. The coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets lets him do it. So you know what? The head coach of Columbus Blue Jackets, he gets a game misconduct. So Eric Gudbranson and the coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets both ejected from the game. Goodbye. You're a piece of shit. Do not come back on the ice because we will destroy you. We will destroy you if you lay your hands on Nick Cousins again. That is a suspension action, what he did. That is a suspension worth misconduct. Period. No, forget period. Explanation point. That is a suspension type move. That it is. If he doesn't get suspended, then I don't know what to do. I don't know. That was bullshit. So Florida gets a 7-minute major power play. 7 major minutes. It's a 7 major penalty. And of course, Florida puts on extremely pressure on Columbus. You got Alexander Barkov making some shots. You got Tkachuk, Montour, Bennett. Bennett wants that revenge shot, but he misses. And it was saved by Jack Reeves. Montour tries to get one. That was saved. Verhaeghe tries to get one on the snap shot. That was saved. Ekman-Larsson misses to the left. Barkov slash shot misses, he actually was saved by Greaves, so not good. Bennett was the one that misses to the left. Rodriguez wrist shot saved by Greaves. Ekman-Larsson gets blocked by Chernakov. Aaron Ekblad slap shot, he misses to the wide right. Verhaeghe and Tkachuk saved by Greaves. So about 5 minutes passed and still no goal. I would not be surprised if they didn't even get a power play goal off a 7-minute major. It would just be a typical Florida Panthers power play scenarios. Thankfully, just barely beating the power play clock, we did get a power play goal. It is a poke shot. Assisted by Sam Bennett. That would be his 3rd assist of the season. And Sam Reinhart's 19th assist of the season. It's Barkov off the poke. He pokes it in. That's his 10th goal of the season. Barkov. It's now 3-1 Florida. It's a power play. It's a power play goal. And the person that was that's serving the penalty for Gudbranson, I think it's Emil Bemstrom, has to come out now. So there you go. That's the scenario. That's what happened. Steven Lorentz was blocked by Werenski twice. Columbus then trying to get a shot in. Jiricek slash shot that was saved by Stolarz. I thought Stolarz played really good today. He really did. But Patrick Lane, wrist shot that was saved by Stolarz. And immediately after that, off the rebound, assisted by Lane and Wierenski off the right side. It's Dmitry Voronkov. Gets one back for Columbus. They are now down a goal once more. So there's that. And at this point, there will be an empty net. There will be an empty net scenario for Columbus. As Columbus, they do have a chance to come back within because they've done it before against Florida at Sunrise. So after that, Columbus with the puck, it was cleared away. Barkov giving it to Mikola. Well, Barkov didn't get an assist there. Mikola has the puck and it gives it to Tkachuk. Wrist shot, bingo. Empty netter for Matthew Tkachuk, assisted by Nico Mikola. Tkachuk, that's only his 5th goal of the season, and it's a sealer. That is a game sealer shot there. And now Florida would lead this game 4-2. Patrick Lane would not give up as he tried a snapshot that was missing to the left. And Lane would come back up, a slash shot that would be saved by Anthony Stolarz. And then the fight broke loose. It was a vicious fight. And both Ulrich Ekman-Larsson and Justin Danforth were both getting a few minute misconduct, so they're done for the rest of the game. So they are both gone. They're ejected from the game, and empty. Believe it or not, after the misconducts, Columbus would go back on the empty net, and that would not work at all. Because assisted by Barkov and Reinhart. Barkov's 18th assist of the season and Reinhardt's 20th assist of the season. Lo Sereni with the wrist shot. That would make it 5-2. I almost said 5-4. That's the other game. 5-2, and that's your final score. So that means Jet Greaves giving up 3 goals. Absolutely not bad performance. And Stolarz, I thought he played absolutely terrific. Absolutely terrific. Final score of this game, 5-2. Stars of the game, Alexander Barkov. No surprise there. He has 1 goal and 2 assists. 2 stars. They give it to Jet Greaves. What? I mean, no disrespect to Jet Greaves. I thought he played fairly decent. He gave up 3 goals, and the other 2 goals were the empty netters. But Stolarz, I mean, if you're going to give it to a goalie, you got to give it to Stolarz at this point. He given up just 2 goals. Greaves given up 3. He's given up 3 goals. That is bad. That is actually pretty bad. Again, no disrespect to Jet Greaves, because he did play fairly decently. He did save 31 shots. He did. 31 shots that was saved. Let me just see the box score real quick. So Anthony Stolarz, shots saved. Okay, so maybe I guess Florida was putting more pressure on them. 34 saves. 34 save attempts, 31 saves as a whole. Stolarz barely got any opportunity. He only saved about 17 pucks, but he's still giving up just 2. I mean, no, I don't know. I guess it was deserved. I don't know. I'm not gonna go crazy over it. I'm just not. If you're gonna give it to someone, either give it to Stolarz, because he did deserve, even though there was barely an opportunity because Florida did put more pressure, or you give it to someone like Tkachuk because he was contributing, or you give it to Lo Sereni, who did put a factor. Oh no! You know what? You give it to Reinhart. Here's why you give it to Reinhart. He was a big contributor to assisting the puck. He really was. In the beginning of the game, he assisted Gustav Forsling. And after that goal, he was assisting Verhaeghe. And after that, he assisted Barkov off the power play. And then he assisted Lo Sereni. He has 4 assists. He has 4 assists today. No goals, but 4 assists. He was a playmaker. That, you should have given him the stars. You should have given him 2 stars at least. But Forsling gets 3 stars here. I find it a little bit controversial. I'm sorry. That's bad. That's really bad. I've seen stars that players did not get any goals, and they would give them stars anyway because of assists. I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do. I'm not gonna dwell on it anymore. I gotta do a Hurricanes video, which I'm not looking forward for. But if you did like this video and the game itself, please hit that like button, subscribe for content, because Miami too. If you guys are back, what he does, if you're right there, will be a fair entertainment you deserve. From this point on, from the road trip, it's a West Coast trip, kinda. They start in Seattle and then they go to Western Canada. They go to Seattle, then go up north in I think they call it the Cascadia region, and that's the Pacific Northwest, to Vancouver, then go a little bit more eastward, but still west, to Edmonton, and then Calgary, then eventually going back home to Florida. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on. Good night, everybody.